Welcome everyone to the Woodworking Manufactory show. The only show where the host thinks building a root cellar by hand, one brick at a time, is a perfectly sane idea. And here we are at part 40. That's right. Happy anniversary. If only this project has as much support as my stubbornness. Speaking of support, let's switch gears today and finally dive into some real woodworking. In last episode, you saw me wrestling with bricks, dust and questionable engineering decisions to build intricate side arches without any wooden support. Today I take a break from bricks and move into wood framing to build a stable support structure for the entrance arch. But don't worry, things are about to get just as challenging. The concept here is very similar to building the main body support frame, arches resting securely on rails. The key difference this time is that the rails will follow the steep slope of the staircase, an angle of about 46 degrees. I'll be building the frame using 160mm x 160mm beams. I'll start by cutting 4 stands that will support the rails. One pair will be secured at the bottom of the staircase attached to the main arch rail, while the second pair will be positioned at the top of the staircase. This beam isn't perfectly straight, so I'm inspecting it to find the best side to use as a reference surface. Now I can use this surface to mark lines all around the beam. I'll position the beam so that the waist section rests on both benches. Now I can grab my crosscut saw and start cutting. It's important to always follow the visible lines. I'm starting with the top line and making the initial curve. Once the curve is established, I can begin lowering the back of the saw, following the line on the front surface of the beam. Next, I turn the beam and continue sawing in the same way on the other surfaces. And finally, I'm through. I repeat the same with other 3 stands. I will lean the bottom stand against the existing brick wall on one side and against the main body arch rail on the other side. I'll check to make sure everything is leveled. Then I will screw the stands into the rails to secure them in place. The top stands are currently resting freely on one of the top steps. I need to secure them temporarily to stop any movement until the rail is in place. A few bolts will do the trick. Now it's time to prepare the rails. I start by pulling down one rail and placing it on top of the stands. Then I can scribe the lower edge of each stand to mark its position on the rail. Back on the porch I draw the shape of the notches where the rail will sit on the stands. Now I can again take out my crosscut saw and start cutting the notches. The process is the same. Start by sawing an initial curve on the top surface and then follow the line down. Upon reaching the bottom of the notch I switch sides and cut along the lines on the opposite side. Then I return to the first cut and finish it from the side to reach the full depth. The same process is applied to the top end of the rail. Additional cuts here ensure a smooth transition to the horizontal rails at the entrance. I need to transfer a line onto the cut surface and then I can continue cutting. With this, the rail can go onto the stands. I just need to tap the rail in few spots to get it into the position. Other than that, it fits quite well. And now I can finally start putting up the arches. First I position the top and bottom arches, connect them with a board and secure them in place. Using these long bars, I center the arches on the frame. Now I need to secure the arches themselves in place. I'll be using these smaller beams, 2 for each arch. I need to cut both ends of each beam at specific angle, so the cut surface is lean against the arch on one side and the rail on the other. If I was smart, I'd just copy the angles from the first support beam, but no, I had to make it harder on myself. So after spacing the arches along the rail, I'll start cutting the support beams one by one. And yes, I'll stick to my stubbornness and keep hand cutting. Of course I won't get the exact angle on the first try, so I'll keep adjusting and recutting both sides of the beam. If you're still watching, hit that like button. Also drop a comment. Apparently this helps the channel grow and I want to see if that's true. It was getting very annoying and tiring to cut the same face multiple times, so I decided to cheat a little bit and use the help of angle grinder to fine-tune the cut angles. But of course I still had to go through the trial and error of fitting the beam. With the steep part done, I still need to build a frame for the top entrance. It'll be a short horizontal piece of the same arch going down the stairs. So I need to prepare 2 additional stands and cut 2 more rails. Each rail will have small notch on each side to level the top surface with the steep rail. To practice my woodworking skills and make it look cool on camera, I'm chiseling the waste material out instead of cutting. There's already a vertical cut at the required distance, so I am now chiseling out towards the cut. It's important to angle the chisel upwards so I don't remove too much material. Once I'm close to the line, I switch from chiseling with hammer to freehand paring. This gives me better control and prevents going below the required depth. And now I can put the rail onto the stands. I was missing a few more wooden frame arches, so I had to make a few extras. You can see the original video explaining the build of these segments in part 35 of this series. Fixing these arches is easy. I just cut spacers to the right length and screw the arches to them. The last two arches simply rest on the horizontal rails, and I'll secure the distance between them with a short wooden bar. Thank you everyone for watching. It's really a pleasure having you around. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This really helps my channel and brings another people in. I need to give special thanks to the people which you can see scrolling somewhere over here or over there. Without their help, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. If you want to be on that list, you can become my Patreon. The link is somewhere down below in the description. So please stay tuned. Next parts are coming soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you or hearing from you. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.